Hey guys, Terry here with the Forest Farm Project. Today we're going to show you a solution to help reduce bounce in floors, or if you have a joist that's a little bit low and you can see a low spot in your floor, sometimes you'll have a little hump. Over time, this house that we're in now is 50 years old. Some of them boards are going to warp a little bit either direction, you know, and they're supposed to have cross bracing or blocking between each joist. If they don't put that there, it allows those joists to warp sideways. When you see a floor dip when you walk on it, you want to think that joist is doing like that, but actually what it's doing is it's twisting. And that twist allows it to dip. It stays straight and then it twists and stays straight. So you want to stop that twist. If there's no blocking in there and there's no cross braces, it can twist, you're going to have more bounce. We built a T here out of two 2x6s. It's not like meant to be a support. We're not going to put any jacks under it or anything. This is just going to screw to the bottom of all the joists. By doing that, joists are going to be setting every 16 inches on here or wherever they're at. And we're going to screw through here into those joists. Now when you walk on the floor, those joists can no longer twist and bend down. They're going to be locked to each other so they can't do the twist. Therefore, they're going to be forced to not flex as much, and you're also going to share the weight. If all this is screwed to all the joists down through here, when one tries to go down, this one's going to have to go a little bit, and the one on the other end of it is going to have to go down a little bit. So it makes it more supportive overall. It shares the weight across the floor. When we built this, I left this overhang. We've got a reason for it underneath the house. I want the other end to stick out past some stuff that's down there, but I'm not even going to explain. It's not a big deal. But anyway, I ran a screw in here, pulled a string across here. I've got a pencil down here. Brian's going to go down there. He's got a pencil on that end. He pulls the string, and then you look down through here and you make sure that you have a uniform height all the way down through here so that you know that this board is straight. If you buy boards that are warped like a banana and you screw something on top, that's going to make your floor get crooked, not straight. So you want to pick good, solid, straight boards. You don't want boards that are twisted or warped. You want good, straight boards when you assemble this. By pulling this string, we can make sure that it's not doing like a banana, flipping up or down, but rather straight. If it is, you've got two boards here. You can push down on it or up on it and then screw it together at that point and it'll stay there. We put screws every 4, 5, 6 inches down through here, no standard, just to hold this board to the bottom board so that when we screw it to the joist, that this doesn't flex and pull apart. Now, you can run these screws in, and we've already done this string test, so we're good. I'm going to pull this out of the way. You can put these screws in straight in, but if you put them straight in, and there's a lot of force because of maybe a joist is higher than the others and you're trying to pull it down with this, it could pull that screw up, you know, over time or right away. But if you put it in there at an angle, it's going to be much less likely to be able to pull it out of that board because you'd have to pull it out at that angle. And the board's trying to pull straight up, so it won't come out as easy. That's just a little added protection I like to put in there. And I'll go one direction and then the next opposite direction. Whoop, whoop.
Good job.
So if you alternate them, it's going to be even stronger, I would think. Okay guys, we're fixing to put the T under here that we built with the 2x6s to support this floor. First thing you want to do is go under there and see, before you buy the lumber and even cut it, can I move the wires out of the way? Are there any pipes where I need to go? Anything that might be a hindrance. You know, you don't want to come in here and screw it and squish the wires. I see people all the time. They'll put plywood over wires in the attic. Not a good idea. So anyway, you want to come in here, if there's anything in the way, if you can reroute it so that it's crossing in between these voids where you're going to be running your board. This has already got a board nailed to the bottom. It does help with the twist. They didn't go the full length of the kitchen, and they didn't make a T out of it. They didn't do a real good job. So the rest of the house, they did a great job. For some reason, they were lacking in this kitchen. So we're going to go ahead, put this thing in here, get this floor straightened out. It's not really off that much, but we're overkill. We like things solid, so here we go. Okay, better now.
You got the weight. I don't have anything, okay?
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta move. Okay, a little more your way.
You gotta go that way first.
I'm against that joist.
Couldn't be any better than that, could it?
Nope. And I can hold this up. You're good. You can just start on your end and work your way back. As you guys can see, I'm using my knee to hold that up for him while he gets it lined up. Working pretty well. This bad boy is going to be solid when we get done.
One issue we do have is this joist right here, it's bowed up a little bit. So to assist our ability to pull that joist down, we're going to be screwed to this joist running here and this joist running down here. They're both where they should be. This one's a little high in the middle. So we're going to use this to pull it down. We went upstairs, and we'll show you right here. We just put some logs, some weights, a couple buckets that's got a good bit of weight in them from tools. All this junk on that joist is going to assist in pulling that joist down to where we want it. It's only bowed up about less than a ½ inch, but flat would be better than a ½ inch. So we're going to try and get that thing as level as possible before we put our floor in. Right.
Well guys, it is screwed in all the way down except for the one high spot here, and Dad's going to throw a couple in the end here just to secure it.
Oops, I don't have any screws.
Screws would be helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, we cut it so that
this joist is a 2x10, whereas the others were 2x8s. So this one recesses up into the joist going into the breakfast room.
the breakfast room wider. The kitchen's only 10 feet wide roughly, so that's why they didn't go any bigger. We're going to go ahead and tie it into this joist just to give it a little less bounce, a little more strength. Keep it in the screw, Terry. All right. Now the fun part, trying to pull that other joist down that's sticking up. We can do it, I think. Okay, we tried prying against this board and getting this thing pulled up. It's really stout, so we're going to try and use 2 hammers to pry on it. See what that does for us. Oh, the hammer? I don't know if we can do this or not. It's pretty stout.
Well, why don't you let me try?
Oh, you think you're strong or something? There we go. Pull hard. Put one over here. You're right in the middle of my thing. Oh well, that's okay. Stay where you're at. I'll go at an angle. Go.
Oh, my arms!
We are less than an 1/8 of an inch gap on. Oh, we don't even have a 16th now.
Woohoo!
We're within a 16th of an inch. I can deal with that.
Well, we got it in.
Yes, sir. It's going to be extremely solid. I'm very pleased. Everything went excellent. We didn't think we were going to be able to pull that joist down because it was really stiff. But with him putting the muscle to it and a couple of screws.
The cobbling weight you guys saw up there.
Yeah. Hey, it helped. I mean,
gets the job done.
Probably a couple 100 pounds of junk sitting there.
Yep. Oh, yeah. But we got it done, and it's about 11 o'clock, which means we got to get showers and go to Taco Dog.
Taco Dog. Let's go.
It's going to be good.
See ya.
Have a good one, guys.